Hello.
What's up, bitch ass?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What are you doing?
Long time no hear.
Crazy.
Drinking? What are you doing?
Same here.
Oh. You don't have domestic, do you?
This is actually piss right now. I'm drinking Coors Light.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm ashamed to say it, but the thing is that I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get drunk and do it lightly.
Okay. It's called
Hold the drunk without
vodka
all the calories. Because when you're laying in a puddle of your own puke, calories really count. I'll drink about 5,000 wine coolers just to get buzzed.
Excellent.
That's the end result. Whatever happened to Bartles and James?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. That's how old I am. Bartles and James.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Many people out there know who Bartles and James is. Zima. Remember that crap?
Yeah.
That was like the ultimate pussy beverage. If you got caught at a party drinking a Zima, you'd get like your ass kicked. That was like an instant ass kick hit right there. In progress.
So where you been?
Well, the gig I got, basically my best friend, who unfortunately moved away, he moved to Austin 2 months ago with his wife, and he left me here in bitter bastard state of being. But anyway, he was like, I was looking for a job, and he was like, dude, why don't you come work for me for a while from not his company, but he's working for. And I was like, what are you doing? He was basically doing kind of like transcribing for a show for MTV.
Oh, really?
That was done by this production company called Picture This Television. It was actually done the Captain Griffin show and shows like that. And he said, "You want to come work for us?" And I said, "Hell yeah, dude!" And he's like, "It's like $125 a day." Wow. And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So I went there, and basically what I did was I worked for this company, Picture This, who worked for MTV, and we had a show called Sex with Mom and Dad. Or
Sex with Mom and Dad?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not as perverted as it sounds. It's actually like either a mother and or a son sits down with their parents and they discuss issues. First time with their parents, like you're like a male whore. You've been out with all these girls. What's been going on? And he basically sits and tells his parents about it, like in unflinching, total detail. So I had to basically transcribe. Like we'd sit down with raw tape of these people, and they have to transcribe literally every word they said, every word the cameraman said, everything that was going on off camera. So basically, I had to sit there for 9 and 10 hours a day, typing everything people said. So I was like a stenographer in court, and I would hammer out everything. I got really quick. I didn't used to be as fast, but when it came to that, I just it was for a paycheck. So I was just like, I just hammered it out.
That's pretty cool.
So they kept me on there for over 2 months. So you figure like $120 a day over 2 months. Fanboy Will was doing good.
Just Monday through Friday, right?
This is a full-time job.
That's cool.
So did you catch up a little bit on your Braxtan?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I spent literally the last 3 hours watching every one of his movies and writing down notes.
Well, then you're
like
prepared.
a journal's worth of notes here, because I am ultra nervous.
Well, don't be. So you ready?
All right, man. I say we do this right now. You gotta open it up. I don't know how to fuck even open this up.
All right.
This is me, fresh back, wet behind the ears.
This is.
So
we're introducing Tony Braxtan.
Yes, we're gonna be hanging out with Tony Braxtan. Liquid Courage, gotta love it. I just guzzled my third bottle of Liquid Courage.
How many do you have?
I got a 12-pack.
Oh.
I'll leave until this shit is finished, or until I'm finished. And I ate lightly today, so I'll be extra fucked up.
Oh, that's good.
That's the way to do it. That's the way you did in high school at parties. Dude, I ate like half a breadcrumb today. I get so fucked up.
Oh, we got somebody. Mr. Braxtan?
Yes.
Hey, Hank. This is Christopher Mosier.
And this is Fanboy Will. How you doing, Mr. Braxtan, Hank? Good. Not too bad. Not too shabby. How are you?
Oh, you guys calling me 7 o'clock Eastern time?
Yeah.
What time is it over by you?
Who are you?
4 o'clock.
4?
Los Angeles.
Oh.
Yeah, can you guys call me back in like 30 seconds, or 10 seconds? That's
Yeah,
your number?
absolutely.
Let me give it to you.
Hang up and we'll... Oh, okay. You have a different number. Hang on a second. Let me write this down.
Sorry about the confusion.
That's all right, man. Go ahead.
This is a professional show.
Okay, I'll call you back in Yeah, that's all right. You know, most of the time, so are we, except for our guests.
Cool.
All right, we'll call you right back.
And I'll talk to you right then.
We'll do. Sounds good, man. Thanks. You dumbass.
See, that was all my fault.
I know. No biggie.
That's going to be my first question for him.
Can you elaborate?
Blabbling in his ear.
All right, I got to go back to the other room now.
Hey, Hank, thanks for finally showing up. Sweet dew of the Mountain Rockies. I think this actually comes from Colorado. This is actually the nectar of the Colorado Rockies.
It's more like the nectar of my anus.
No, it's the nectar of Hank's home world. This is Coors Light. This is the nipple cider of Colorado. This was in the beer-filled teat that gave Hank Braxtan life.
Sure.
It was.
All right, I'm going in the other room again.
Didn't everybody miss me out there? Seriously.
Hey, when he comes in, take over. I'll be right back.
Pandy sent to me in the mail.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not too much right now.
Yeah, so what time is it again over there in the Rockies?
Actually, I'm in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Yep.
He pulled a switcheroo on us.
Yeah, I moved out here 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Well, that's definitely news.
Yeah, I wanted to, tell everyone about it, I guess.
Yeah, man, I want to hear all about it. So tell us all about the move out to LA. What's going on with you right now?
I work at a production. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's Chris who's being an idiot.
No, that's fine.
Who, me?
No.
Hey, now.
Chris.
Who got the times wrong?
I don't know.
I just assumed.
No, that's Fanboy Will. He's called me an idiot.
All times are good for me. I'm a superstar, baby. Lucky to be speaking to me. That's right.
You're not working today or anything, Hank, are you?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm always working.
Oh, working on film projects and stuff?
Right now I'm actually authoring a DVD.
Oh, sweet.
I work at.
Sweet.
He's telling me he's in LA right now.
Yeah, I can afford that kind of stuff. But
Well, whatever brings in the...
If you want to make it in Hollywood, you have to move out to LA. That's what I hear, so.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're in the right spot.
Actually, I'm in Hollywood right now.
Or you could,
baby.
move to India and go to, be in Bollywood. Bollywood.
Or you could be a computer repair assistant.
Yeah, I kind of do that here, too.
Oh, sweetness.
He's a Hank of all trades.
Yeah.
So we're speaking with Mr. What's that?
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I was just going to introduce. We're speaking with Mr. Hank Braxtan from BraxtanFilm.com, and we're going to be talking about his fan films and his other films.
That we will do.
Okay. And Will hasn't been with us for a few weeks either, so we welcome him back with mixed emotions.
I was in a drunken limbo.
Right, for 3 months.
Yeah, you bitter bastard.
So what are you working on now, Hank?
Well, it depends. Are you professionally or for fun?
Either or.
We're flexible.
We're working on another film. We're actually working on the script for it right now. It'll be pretty low budget, independent, but it'll be a lot of fun. I can promise that. I'm kind of retired from fan films now, so.
Oh, wow. You officially called it off?
Yep.
Oh,
I called it
wow.
off after Return of the Ghostbusters.
Well, that was your crescendo, right?
And I was just like, that's it for me.
That was like
a hell of a way to go out, though.
That was your 9th symphony.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a lot of work, and I mean, it got me where I'm at. In all honesty, I mean, it's the singular reason I have a job where I'm working.
I would hope it got you, because I just got done watching for the 5th time, and it's beyond impressive.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Fantastic.
I mean, we're still using it for some leverage here and there. It's probably how we're going to get some money.
It's good leverage. Good stuff.
But it's just you put so much work into these films that you can never sell. And I guess after years of it, I got to at least temporarily retire.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's if you want to do it for a profession, what's the point of making all these? I mean, here we are, fan film reviewers and celebrity guys or whatever it is, but it's at the end of the day, we all have to make a living. If you want to do it making films, you can't do it with fan films, obviously.
No. But it's good for demo reel stuff, and it can get you started.
It's good fodder.
Well, when did you get into, I guess, start with how you got into film initially and build it up until how you got into the fan film, if you knew what the hell a fan film was, and then we'll take it from there.
I mean, I guess, getting into film, I just kind of picked up a video camera when I was about 8 or 9, and as soon as I looked in the viewfinder, this is what I want to do. And so I made movies all through all through elementary school, up through high school, and then I even did it when I was in the Army. And it wasn't until I was about to get out of the Army that I thought, hey, maybe I can make a living at this. And it was actually, right when I was about to get out of the Army, I did the first fan film, which was that Friday the 13th again. I don't know if you guys...
Yep.
Yeah.
But I did that because I was, cruising the internet one day, and I went to Cinescape. Well, it used to be called Cinescape. And they had a contest for Friday the 13th fan film. I was like, what the hell? Fan film? All right, whatever. I've seen a few of them on the Force.net. All right, those are kind of cool. And I love Friday the 13th. I'm sure I can do a pretty good film, or at least have fun doing it. And so I decided to enter that, and ended up taking third place, which wasn't too bad. It was the first thing I won, really. And it was a lot of fun, and I just kept doing it.
Yeah, I got done watching it today, and it's still really funny. I mean, I've seen it a lot, and the jokes still stay fresh.
It's not too bad. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's fun, and it's short, though.
Yeah. I'm all about the Jason trip. That's my favorite part. When the girl's running. Jason's like a mile behind her as usual. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, in front of her comes his foot. He trips her. It was hilarious.
Yeah, and the target when he throws the machete into the guy's back. That was
Perfect aim. Where did you find the guy who plays Jason? That guy he appeared to be gigantic. That guy.
Well, that was when I was still in the Army, and I was just a big guy.
Okay, there you go.
I was like, hey, you want to be in the movie? And he was like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, wear this mask and stomp around.
Please don't kill me. You want to be in my movie?
He had a good time, though. Drank a lot of beer that day playing that part.
I was just saying before to Chris, I'm actually drinking kind of like the nectar of Colorado here. I'm drinking Coors Light right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Yes, I know. I actually happened to notice a lot of it in your films, by the way. There's a lot of Coors Light boxes laying around.
There? Yeah, we make fun of it here and there. I just like to throw it in there.
Catch the Rockies.
Yeah,
you might as well just camp in the bathroom or something.
It's tolerable, but Coors Light is kind of like, it tastes like water.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like I'm trying to lose the poundage. I'm trying to be less of a fanboy, like Fanboy Light, so I'm trying to get rid of it.
You might as well drink, mouthwash.
Yeah, might as well.
It's the same kind of buzz.
Yeah, because they don't have, Coors Mint.
Right? Whatever it takes, baby. Coors Zima. I don't give a shit.
I never tried Zima, but I heard it was bad.
Don't. You'll get beat up, trust me. After Friday the 13th, what was your next film in right after that? Was that the Freddy VS Jason 2, or was that what?
God, what was it? I'm pretty sure I did another fan film for the Army. I did that, it was like
the Matrix one?
No, that was...
You did it for the Army, or you were in the Army?
Star Wars, yeah, there's a Star Wars one I did for the Army.
Oh, 4 more years?
They called me, they're like, hey, can you make we want to make a Star Wars film for the Army.
Really?
4 more years of Vader, right?
Yeah, and I was like, no, that was later even.
Okay.
This was what was it? Attack of the Casuals. A casual in the Army, in case you guys don't know.
Casual in the Army.
Yeah, a casual in the Army is someone that doesn't have a job. Like they've just kind of arrived at a post, usually like a private or somebody, and they haven't received their job training or anything like that, so they're just referred to as casual status, which means basically go pull weeds or do anything that comes up. And so that was kind of where we stuck there.
Hey, you go polish a radish.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's a terrible status to be on. So they had me. They wanted me to make this movie that they wanted to play at the Army Ball because apparently they were going to have some kind of video competition. And so they'd seen a couple people had seen a couple of my films, and they were like, "Hey, Sergeant Braxtan makes movies. Let's get him to do this." So that's what I did.
So you made it all the way up to sergeant?
I was actually a staff sergeant when I got out.
Oh, cool.
Why would you make a movie for the military like that? Is it just like a morale thing for the troops?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at my filmography, there's probably a half dozen films I made just for the Army. I mean,
I'm looking at it right now.
The last year I was in the Army, they removed me from my job and designated me as battalion filmmaker. And so I was the only one in the Army as far as I knew that's my job was just to make movies, and they loved it.
Were you an Italian zombie director? Were you a gore director? That kind of Italian director?
It was more like just fun. Battalion.
Dario Argento.
That's pretty cool. So I budgeted your movies, technically. If you're doing them for the Army. Tax dollar.
I get taxed, too, so if you think about it.
Well, that's true. Exactly.
Exactly, so shut up, Chris.
Whatever.
Yes.
The next major fan film I think we did, which was supposed to be my big one for a while, was Freddy vs. Ghostbusters.
Dude, why can't you sleep like a normal person? You have nightmares every freaking night or what?
It all seems so real.
Man, Neil, dude, you gotta stop waking me up like this. I need my beauty sleep. I'm about to kick you out of my apartment.
I'm sorry, it's just your apartment. I'm the one who's been paying rent here ever since you lost your job.
Listen, dude, man, don't turn this around on me, man. You're the one with the problem, dude. Not me. I don't have a problem.
Okay, come on.
You gonna get that?
Hello?
Hey, Neil. I didn't wake you, did I?
No, another bad dream woke me up.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess. It just seems so real.
You just have to relax. You have to figure out what in your life is bothering you.
Why are you eating my cereal? I bought this for me.
Dude, relax, man.
You're eating out of a measuring cup. Well, all the dishes were dirty, dude. Well, maybe you could lift a finger around here and clean something once in a while. No, I'm talking to Chuck. No, he hasn't found a job yet. Anyway, I gotta go get Eddie at the train station.
What has he been up to?
He's been working for his uncle in New York, doing some scientific stuff.
What kind of experiments?
Oh, you know Eddie. Wherever he goes, weird things follow.
That's funny. I've always thought the same thing about you.
Hey, listen, I really do gotta go, though, so here's Chuck, all right? Hey, babe. Hey, why you always gotta talk to Neil for so long anyway? Hey, whose girlfriend are you?
But that came about just because over the summer of 2003, I decided it would be cool to go as Ghostbusters for Halloween. And so I built proton packs and costumes in the garage. It took about a month to make those. And then after Halloween, I still had these costumes sitting around. And I was like, hey, we should make a movie with these because they're pretty cool looking. We should make a Ghostbusters fan film. Nobody does that. And I remembered that I also had a pretty cool-looking Freddy Krueger costume from a couple Halloweens prior. So I was like, we should make Freddy vs. Ghostbusters. You know, it was kind of also inspired by the Freddy vs. Jason film at the time. And so that's where that film came about. We shot that over a couple months in early 2004, and then released that. And it actually got a pretty good review on the internet. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever heard the name Braxtan.
Yeah, and, it was just quirky and fun, and people seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Later on down the line, we decided to do a sequel of sorts.
We never see you in your own films, or at least you're never credited to be in your own films.
No, for sure. I'm a terrible actor.
So you definitely get props for that because the first guy in a while, fan film, he doesn't put himself in there. But
in all honesty, especially in my earlier films, I had enough to do. Like that was before. Like in the early films, I didn't have a crew. I was the camera guy and the sound guy and the director and the producer and all that. I'm like, that's enough now. I don't need to act. Not to mention the fact that I'm not a good actor. So I don't even bother. But even in the newer films, I like to pop in like a little cameo now and then. People seem to like it, but I still cringe. I'm like, oh god. Okay. I mean, it's really tough. Even watching like Return of the Ghostbusters, the whole movie with the crowd, you always sit there and squirm a little bit. You're like, oh, is this next joke gonna hit? Are they gonna like this? I think this is utter crap. At the end of the day, I'm just hoping that I keep most of the crowd in their seats.
It was a great story, though. It was very, very Ghostbusters, and I say, you definitely easily captured the humor and the feel of the actual Ghostbusters films of both films, I'd say.
Well,
pretty well.
It doesn't seem like it was easy. It wasn't really too easy to do.
No, I would imagine so.
Yeah, I think I just lucked out. I mean, I'm just, big fan of the films, and, just kind of came naturally to me to a degree.
And, Chris, you know what question is next, right?
Ghostbusters 3?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that.
Feelings on Ghostbusters 3?
Jeez. I guess if you would have talked to me, 5 years ago, I would have been all for it.
Yeah, I hear
but, it was in development hell for a few years.
I mean, I just saw Indiana Jones 4. Leave them dead. Just... I want to see it. I want to hope that it'd be awesome.
Oh, you don't want to be around for Indiana Bones?
Right.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. I think if Bill Murray's involved and involved a lot, listen to Bill Murray. Everyone.
That's the thing. Watching all these independent films, he's done these excellent pieces of real acting.
Let Bill Murray direct it, I say.
There you go.
Well, yeah. Let them all be involved. Well, I guess it was, they were doing the Ghostbusters video game, and I guess that's where Bill Murray, because he was, initially when they were developing it a few years ago, he was kind of the one to do it.
Well, from what I understand, he had such a bad experience with
Ghostbusters 2, exactly. Too many special effects, not enough characterization, exactly.
Yeah, and I always complain about that. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. So that's why I say, let him direct it. You guys will be in good shape.
But I guess after he did the voice, which is, it's all been done, the voice acting for the video game, which I guess is not going to happen anyways. But anyways, I guess that's what really, got him over the hurdle to actually make the next Ghostbusters, because he had such a good time doing it.
I think it's just kind of, publishers are kind of changing hands right now, which is a little bizarre. I mean, it sounds like it was going to be a really cool game, and if you ask me, you don't just drop a game title unless it's like a copyright issue or the game's not very good. But I've heard from a few testers that it's pretty awesome.
Cool. Especially with that big name talent and, investing into it.
Now, back to the Ghostbusters 3, I think what scares me the most is when they were tossing the idea around of having, like, Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen involved, and I just think that's the worst idea.
Does he have to be involved?
I think Seth Rogen definitely can't picture it.
I'm not saying that they're, like, terrible filmmakers or anything. It's just not right for this.
I heard about him with the Green Hornet, too. What's up with that? Have you heard about this?
I have no idea. I think the Green Hornet's just a terrible idea on its own, so let him have it.
Oh, man. Oh, that's bad news for me. I'm a big Green Hornet fan. We have to fight about that one.
My problem is I don't know much about it. I'm just like,
You non-fanboy.
I'd check it out. I'll give it a shot, but, like, my heart's not in it. I'm not attached. I say go ahead.
I was going to ask you, as far as fanboys go, I mean, I noticed in a lot of your films, I actually had the lack of life to actually look at your films and look in them for kind of like fanboy-esque type references.
Yeah, I do like to put a lot of little...
And in Freddy vs. Ghostbusters, I actually spotted a few. I'd point them out here. We got, start off Nintendo NES, the original system appears in the movie. The original but the goodie. Star Wars was on the TV, which the slacker roommate was watching.
Correct.
We have Neil sporting a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt.
That's right.
I don't even know if you remember any of this.
No, I'm remembering it.
You're like, oh my god, this guy's no life.
No, keep going. It's fine. I'm not. It's cool. I'll go over it.
We got Dukes of Hazzard on the TV at one point. I'm a huge Dukes fan, so that was definitely propage. I had to put that in there. So that was actually just a few I spotted in Freddy vs. Ghostbusters. So obviously,
like there's some more. I just don't know.
We got the. I noticed you
pop culture wise, like kind of like Family Guy style. You threw in the pop culture stuff.
A little bit.
We got like in Friday the 13th again. You got the Jellin reference in there. The Jellin reference, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
You Jellin?
That was a pretty popular commercial at
the time. Everybody was doing those stupid jokes.
It was popular, but it was played a lot anyway.
It was. It definitely was.
I can't really call it popular. It's not like people call TV networks and request commercials.
Can we have more of the Jellins, please?
I would like to see more of the Geico Gecko, please.
Yes, please, that obnoxious little shit. I must have more.
Hilarious.
I'd like to pick him off.
I noticed in a lot of your films you had the Wilhelm scream, too.
Oh, yeah, I got it. That's fun.
Talk to us about Freddy vs. Jason 2. After the actual film itself, which was fantastic, by the way. No, it wasn't. How'd you go about doing this one here?
Actually, I just thought it would be a fun idea.
Have you seen it, Chris?
The movie?
Yeah.
I've watched Freddy vs. Jason as much as I loved it. I was like, it's really kind of a pointless battle. I mean, neither of them ever die, and they come back the next movie. It's guaranteed.
Yes.
So I was like, they might as well play sports or wrestle each other or something.
It's a sportathon. They have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this would be fun. And so I wrote out a really rough script. It was basically just paragraphs about what we should film, and then put together a quick schedule. And we went around and filmed that entire video in less than 2 hours. We went to the golf course, the basketball court, all those different places, because I had to get to a hockey game at sometime. It was like 5:30. I had a game or something, and I had to plan that. And then I was like, okay, as soon as the game's over, Jason, you run out onto the ice with the camera, and we'll start filming. I'll talk to the Zamboni driver, buy us about 5 minutes, and then we'll throw the mask on the goalie, and I'll put on the Freddy sweater, and just shoot it all, and we'll cut it in.
So that was actually multiple Freddys in there?
Yeah, there's two different Freddys. There's the guy who's playing Freddy the whole time, and then me when I play.
Was the guy who played Freddy the guy who played Freddy in Freddy vs. Ghostbusters? Or?
Nope. Oh. Totally different guy that had nothing to do at the time.
Different guy. Where did you get the voice from? The voice was hilarious.
The voice was Jason Weiss, actually. He would do his best Freddy impersonation, and then I would lower
so that typical Freddy voice.
Yeah, and then I would lower the pitch. I directed him a little bit. I'm a pretty big Freddy fan, so I was like, no, it's a little more like this.
So Adam,
you grabbed his mask.
This was going to be one of my questions. I had to know this. Out of all the movie killers, who would be your favorite? The Jason, Freddy, Mike Myers, Pinhead?
Freddy, for sure.
Freddy? You're a Freddy guy?
Absolutely.
I
just had this discussion today, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you like that big original Freddy figure. It was like that puppet thing. Remember that thing?
The puppet? No, I don't. I have a couple of the figures, and I have a glove. I have an actual metal glove, which is the one that you see in the film. I'm pretty proud of that because it's a nice piece.
Cool. Okay, so we got through Freddy vs. Jason. Let's skip around to let's go to 4 More Years of Vader.
4 More Years of Vader.
Kind of a step forward, a couple, maybe too many, but.
Oh, no, it's fine, whatever. I mean, I'm not looking at the filmography right now, so I'm willing to, I'll just talk about whatever.
I'm taking a crazy guess here, and I'm thinking it might be taking shots at the Bush administration, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe.
I thought that actually came about because I was in the voting booth in 2004, and I was trying to pick between Kerry and Bush, and I just couldn't make up my mind. That's horrible.
Both a bunch of winners, right?
I was like, I should just write in somebody like Darth Vader. I mean, he could have much worse. And that's where that idea came from. And I started talking about it with my friends. And, like, the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. I was like, I mean, he's kind of the same guy.
Yeah.
And so that's where that came about. Of course, Vader's a little smarter and has some, skills. And he brings something to the table.
That's right.
But, I thought, we'll mash it up a little bit. It should be pretty fun.
It was definitely like, at the time, obviously, it was like, the war in Afghanistan was going. So
yeah,
there was definitely a lot of references to that war. Like, for example, you had Skywalker in there who looked like Osama bin Laden, and the really crappy footage in the mountains.
Yeah, yep. That was actually just a couple rocks and a little hill of dirt that was across the street from my film school.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I just grabbed a handy cam and I ran out there and I was like, hey, put this thing on.
The rock floating was great in the back.
Yeah, I did that in After Effects, I believe. I don't think I did a very good job. But
one rock up and down.
Yep. Yeah, I was like, that was
great.
I should have put easy on that so that it slowed up. It wasn't quite so robotic.
It was like a Nintendo graphic going on.
Yeah, I just was still learning all these effects.
It was great.
But yeah, sometimes it adds to it. It really does.
And I actually noticed in the film, this is kind of like a fan film picker's little observation here, but you actually gave kind of many shout-outs to 2 other fan films in 4 Years of Vader. 4 More Years of Vader, if you remember. The Gangster Rap video and the Psychic Network Vader.
Yep, did do.
Chris, did you pick that up?
No, I didn't.
You fuck.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, a lot of it's fun. I cuss all the time. Believe me.
I did notice that, what you're doing, like the newscasts and stuff, you had, some of I imagine you were filming it in front of a green screen. You had some of the video game footage in the background of the ad-ads.
Oh, that actually wasn't video game footage.
No? I was actually going to ask how you did that.
A guy I knew at the film school at the time, did some 3D stuff, and I was like, hey, can you make this for me? Just stick it in the background.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it wasn't a great background, but I was like, you get the point.
Oh, I thought you just stole it from a video game. No, cool.
Nope. That's actually, that film is actually all original, and I set up to do that in case, we wanted to enter it into a contest or anything. Like, all the music is scored, and we have the rights to pretty much everything except for, Darth Vader and a lightsaber.
Right. Yeah, but you can get away with it because it's a parody.
Yeah, I think since it's a parody,
exactly.
I think we're borderline, though. I mean, because parody laws generally apply to copyrighted material, but we're dealing with George Lucas here, so...
Lucas tends to actually, tolerate parodies more, I notice.
Yeah, I think he looks at his checkbook and he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Exactly.
What were you going to say? Sorry, Hank.
Been in contact
have a checkbook. That's way too Stone Age for him.
He actually deals in Jedi dollars. That's the.
He just uses the Force.
Republican credits or Republic credits.
Yeah,
there you go. See, there you go.
No, he just goes in and.
Have you actually heard from George Lucas at all? No.
No, I mean, come on. There's so many Star Wars fans, movies and stuff, and I'm not really that big of a Star Wars fan anyway. I'd be more.
Wow, I wouldn't know because I was looking at the bottom of the screen. There's all kinds of hilarious little news headlines going across the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I threw those in there. Figured that would, if you were getting bored of the on-screen performance, you could turn to that.
That was great.
I did that. Used that same gag again in Return of the Ghostbusters. Actually, we had little news headlines.
Yeah, at the end there.
How about indie film? That was a funny one.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of my favorite films that I've done for sure. In fact, probably out of all my short films, I think it's the best one I've done. That just came about in film school. I was in a 16mm class, and I had no idea what I was going to do for my semester project, and they had students were going up and pitching stuff, and I just started writing down their ideas and what I thought was wrong with them, and I'm just movie only because the instructor was, talking about past movie projects where people were always trying to, put crazy stuff in their movies, and one guy rented a helicopter and all this, and he's like, so nothing crazy for these movies, because, you guys aren't going to get it done if you do that. If anybody even mentions helicopters, they're fired.
Right.
So I specifically threw the helicopter in there. I was like, yeah, we're going to have a helicopter come in, it's going to be awesome. And I delivered. There's a helicopter in the movie. Okay, it's a toy helicopter, but, you get the point.
I got the little...
Airwolf. Jan Michael Vincent extremely drunk behind the controls of Airwolf.
I noticed you threw in a little Quantum Leap reference in there, too, which I picked up on.
Yeah, there was.
That was pretty cool.
I can't help it. I'm kind of lame like that.
Well,
I guess
that's what
do it.
makes...
Back to the whole fan film thing, I was going to say, Illegal Aliens versus Predator. You talk about that a little bit. I can imagine you got maybe some kind of backlash about that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, go. Speak on, brother. Speak on.
I mean, I love how, obviously, because of the subject matter, I'm instantly branded a racist. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like the lamest cop-out for any argument anyone can ever give is to label someone a racist, because it's just like, it's a buzzword. It's like a kill word. It's like, end of debate. Oh, you're a racist. It's over.
That's it. Well,
and there's no coming back from that. And it's just weak.
You got to be politically correct, Braxton.
The first person that really heard about that, I think, was like Spike Lee. He really got bashed about that.
In all honesty, I really I made that I wanted to make fun of Aliens versus Predator, the first one, because
How can you not?
I was so bitter about it. I was like, I remember sitting in the theater watching, and I was just like, I waited 15 years for this. I've been reading the comic books ever since they came out, and then he just, Paul W.S. Anderson slaughtered a third franchise that I loved. Actually, third and fourth in one movie.
That's why we have to do it ourselves as fan filmmakers. We have to.
That's what I'm saying. And then I was sitting there, I was thinking about it for about 20 seconds, and Illegal popped in front of Alien.
How long was Illegal Aliens versus Predator versus the hour and a half of shit we were forced to watch in Hollywood?
I was just like, people either get it and think it's funny or they won't. I thought that by getting some actual Hispanic actors in it, that I wouldn't get, have so much grief from people.
You're not going to get some white dudes who like
there were white dudes. If you notice, I'm in there with a.
Are you really?
I'm in there with a painted-on mustache. I didn't have enough people. I don't know what to say.
Oh man, it's great because it's so stereotypical too. You got one guy wearing a sombrero.
Yeah, it's stupid, and that's why I did it. I mean, if you watch that and take it seriously, you've got a problem.
They're running with Coors Light. No, they're running with Coronas in their hands.
Yeah, it was Coronas. Ridiculously stupid. That's why I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape over it.
How can you not laugh about that and just accept it? That's great.
I don't know, but check out the comments on YouTube if you really want to laugh. I don't even go check it out anymore. It's just.
Well, those are people that don't have lives anyways, mostly.
I know.
I guess not.
Exactly. So I was actually going to ask you, since you're a military man, how do you find, is there a fan film fan base in the military at all, or no?
No. Most
really?
The military doesn't pay attention to this kind of stuff.
Oh, man, because we have David Noble. I don't know what David Noble is.
No, I don't.
Well, tell him a story, Chris. It's pretty crazy about him in Iraq.
Well, it's a simple story. Yeah, he just went through the I don't know what do you call it, the markets.
Fighting a lightsaber out in the.
He's not a fan filmmaker. He did a magazine that's called Fan Film Quarterly. He put it out for a couple of years.
Our film was in that, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he loved your stuff.
Basically, you went through the markets of Baghdad, and there was a DVD saying Ghostbusters 3.
It said Ghostbusters.
I've been contacted a few times by different soldiers in the military over there, and also some people in Mexico and other third world countries where the copyright laws are a little looser than
You could be like a super
Bollywood baby.
in Iraq.
That happens all the time, and people, I'll get emails about it being sold on eBay and stuff. People are like, "Yeah, I'm so mad," and I'm like, "Not really. I mean, I'm never going to sell it anyway for legal issues, and it's kind of cool to see it getting circulated like that. In fact, when I go to fan conventions, I'm actually disappointed if they don't have any of my movies on the. They're like, "Oh man, come on."
Looking at the table, like, dude, I directed this.
It's lame. In fact, it's lame, but sometimes I'll give them copies. I'm like, here, sell these.
You didn't hear it from me. Here you go.
Yeah,
I'm
like, let's get them out there. I just want people to see it. That's all that matters to me.
You're my whore. Just go out there. Do it.
Yeah, it's kind of an honor in many ways.
That's cool.
It definitely is, I'd say. I mean,
if somebody thinks enough of your work to steal it and sell it, I like that.
that means a little something, I'd say.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually heard from, I'd say, like, people like maybe Robert Englund or Harold Ramis, or have you ever been lucky enough to hear from
Yeah, I'm kind of close. Ernie Hudson called me once.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Winston.
Dan Aykroyd's agent also called me.
Oh,
that
sweet.
was not a pleasant phone call.
Oh, no. What happened? Tell me about that.
He told me not to make Return of the Ghostbusters, and it's just like kind of it sunk in for about 2 minutes. I was thinking about not making it, but then I was like, screw that guy. What's he gonna?
Oh man,
I mean, why?
Why does he care? The guy's lousy with money. Why? What does he care?
I don't know. From everybody I know who's dealt with his agent, he's just a total prick.
Really?
Yeah, he's not.
Mr. Aykroyd?
To deal with. No. His agent.
Oh, his agent. Okay.
Yeah, agent could shove it up his ass.
Dan Aykroyd is supposed to be really nice, but his agent's a prick. So, what are you gonna do?
Well,
like you're Dan Aykroyd's agent. Suck the dick, right?
Agent's like a lawyer. I mean, they're right in the same cesspool together.
Fucking prick. I'm getting hostile now as I'm drinking.
Nice.
That whole 3 beers, that whole 3 Coors Light, man. You're messing
up. Look at up on my Zima high.
You drink Zima? I heard it's terrible. I've never tried it.
That's the dust off that I got off of eBay.
They still make it. You have to get it on eBay? That's the only way?
That and R2-D2, was a C-3PO cereal I'm eating right now in the show.
C-3POs?
Remember the Ghostbusters cereal? Just as atrocious as the
C-3PO. I used to get that. It was the same thing as, No, it wasn't the same. The cereals that were the same were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cereal.
There you go, with the nets and the sword.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Cereal was the exact same.
Really? Cereal for that? How old a guy are you, Hank?
George Carlin's.
How old are you?
Carlin.
28.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
28?
Okay.
I would have thought he was up there with me.
Yeah, I was saying, the way he was throwing out all the references.
I'm 33.
I remember it all. You know, I remember, like, everything I did in the 80s. Like, I remember seeing, Jedi in the theater and
there you go.
Ghostbusters. Even though I was only 3, I still remember.
Another one. Thank you. People are like, how old are you?
Dada, I love those teddy bears.
I have a conspiracy theory about Jedi. There's a shot missing, I swear to God, in the movie. Bear with me for a second.
Do this.
The skiff guard.
Okay.
The Sarlacc pit. The pit of Carcon is going to push Luke into the pit.
Are you talking to the dude with the dreads, like the 3 dreads?
The Weequay. The guy with the blue arms.
Oh, okay, Weequay, yeah.
Now, if you watch the movie on DVD or VHS, you never see what happens to that guy. He just disappears. Like, go back and watch it. You never see him fall in or get whacked or anything. He's just gone. I remember in the theater, I could swear there was a camera angle that was like a POV of the pit, and this guy's, like, falling off the skiff into it.
So you think Lucas cut it?
I don't know why they would or where it went, but I think that's what happened. But I just remember even as a little kid, I was like, that's cool, because, he's falling towards the camera.
It's like the stormtrooper bumping his head, like kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to it, but if you watch the DVD, it's totally gone. Or the VHS, like I said, for that matter, he's never been around.
Mr. Lucas.
You know what? Once again, nobody knows what I'm talking about. I've brought this up with so many people, and everybody's like, what?
I feel ashamed. I'm a gigantic dork, and I don't even know that.
You'll have to go back and check it out now.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'm going to have to go back to the...
I would like to launch a campaign. We should start a website, too.
Let's do this.
What happened to Weequay.org?
Yes, Weequay. We have a figure and everything. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, they did. They went and they thought enough of him to make a figure out of him.
They're making the most obscure characters now. They're going after every... Have you seen this lately?
No, every 6 months or so I stop by the toy aisle in like Target and I look. I'm like, let's see what they're.
I'm a hopeless Star Wars nerd, so it's like everything. I have to have like that big fat bitch who dances.
You picked that up?
I have to have that. I have to have the girl with like 9 tits.
I stopped it up 2 years ago. Cold turkey. So this isn't.
I'm older than this guy on the phone here.
I stopped buying them a few years ago, actually, but I had a shitload of them.
Still the sickness, man. I
don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm necessarily like I'm not like grown out of it or ashamed to buy them or anything, but I saved my money and I spend it on movie making instead. So
save your money.
It's just a different nerdy thing to do, I think.
Something that propels you in a different stature.
Yeah, so all this money will be spent on films instead of action figures and comics. Leave it up to Will to do, which I will.
Yeah, everything is there for a reason, for the most
Extra
part.
points for me.
Exactly.
I'm going to heaven when I die.
You get the dorky certification this evening.
Jesus is like, I just feel bad for you, man. You're coming up. You're not going to hell, man. You're just coming up here because you're pathetic.
Actually,
I was going to ask you
in the
about
original script. Her last name was closer to O'Neill. It was like
O'Reilly.
Yeah, or something.
Bill O'Reilly's.
It was something like that. But Tim Johnson changed it to Hunter or something for some reason. I don't remember why, but I didn't argue with it. I didn't really care.
Maybe after Hunter from the early 80s TV show?
Might be.
Pop culture reference?
I wanted to put a Manimal reference in there.
Manimal.
Oh my God, that was horrid.
There was a scene with a ghost that was the ghost of Manimal that they were fighting. It kept changing into different animals and they couldn't catch it. It was going to be like 10 pages long just for that one scene.
That's like some bad spray-on cologne. Manimal.
Yeah, it does. It's like Axe body spray for something.
It'll make you a sexual animal.
A sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
It's a great line.
There you go. Predator, baby.
Hey,
You gotta bring out all the...
watched Indie Film Adventures. You'll notice there's a Predator line in there when the chopper shows up.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah, he does. He yells at it. Get to the chopper!
You gotta do it. That movie, I've talked to friend upon friend. That movie is basically one gigantic throbbing penis. I would say it is.
Yeah.
It's such a guy. It's just a testosterone
So
fuel.
manly to make a woman grow a pair.
I'm telling you, man. Your girlfriend's gonna get nards like the Wolfman. I'm telling you, it's
My
gonna
girlfriend
happen.
loved it. She'd never
There you
seen it
go.
before. I was like, you haven't seen Predator?
She's golden. Because the other night my girlfriend's like, I've never seen Aliens. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but she's always into it. She's been watching Battlestar Galactica with me, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you're all about the new school Battlestar?
Yeah, I hadn't watched it yet. I just started last week and I got the DVDs.
Got Edward James Olmos representing.
Yeah, it was great.
The Cylons look pretty dope. Do you actually have any friends that are in the service right now?
Do you have any friends?
Or
yeah.
say hello to?
Yeah, a friend of mine, Pat Callahan, who actually...
We're all about supporting the troops, so...
Yeah, I actually grew up making movies with him. I guess he's dodged the bullet, so to say, quite a few times over there, so...
Wow.
He's a medic. He's a field medic.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of the reason he joined, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's still there, huh?
He's still there.
He still talks to you.
I mean,
Very
a lot of them really do love it. I loved it. I mean, I would be in now if it wasn't for filmmaking. The only reason I got out is because I thought I might have some kind of shot at turning this into a living. Otherwise, I totally would have stayed in. It was a great time.
In Return of the Ghostbusters, like, you had some incredible stuff going on. Like,
Well, that was a couple friends.
who's responsible for that?
Two guys.
Okay.
Who both formed a company called Authority Effects. They're based in Toronto now. But two guys I just met on the internet. It initially started out as one of them. His name was Ryan, and he just emailed me. I'd posted an ad on my website looking for effects, and he was like, I do effects, and sent me a little reel. He'd done a few little Star Wars things. I'm just kind of screwing around. I'm like, hey, good enough. It beats the crap out of Freddy VS Ghostbusters, so why not? Initially, he wanted to do all the effects in the film himself, and I was like, okay. And then he read the script and was like, oh, I need help. And so we found one other guy, and those two guys worked for 18 months. Justin was the other guy that came on board. And the two guys worked for, like I said, about 18 months and turned in about 200 effects shots, which is a lot.
They were up there. They were Hollywood caliber.
Oh, I mean, we spent entire weekends just on MSN talking about shots and sending them back and forth. We'd upload shots through a server, and that's what
the ghosts at the end were great. I like the variety. You got like the standard Ghostbusters, like the skeleton kind of spirit. Then you got like the Phoenix kind of spirit, and then that dragon at the end, the huge dragon.
That was cool. Originally, that was going to be a cobra skeleton, but there was too many moving parts. It would have taken forever.
Oh, it was going to be a cobra.
Yeah, it's a cobra skeleton.
Sweet.
Like halfway rotted. We kind of cheaped out a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but I mean, the task was just so daunting. It
doesn't show.
And I wanted to get it done by Halloween, so we had to kind of rush a lot of stuff.
And I'm all about the dude who played Constantine in the film. That guy was like pretty intense.
Yeah, Ron Vischer, he's good.
Where did you find that gentleman?
Film school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was in an acting class I was in. So he's actually going to be appearing in a couple of the new movies we're doing. We're doing a couple of features. I can't divulge any details on those because they're not like they're the greatest ideas ever, but they're just way too easy to steal and make money. So I will wait. You'll see soon enough.
Let us know and we will promote fully. Definitely.
Oh, that'd be great.
We want you to make it, man. This is
pushing. I will be, I'll be posting stuff on my website about it.
We're all about the fan films, but at the same time, people we embrace from the fan film community, we're all about supporting their success. So
yeah, I mean, it'd be great. I mean, I don't know. I love doing the fan films, but eventually
we want Hank to get out there. We want you to be big.
You gotta do your own stuff.
Well, I think he's right up there. I mean, he's right up there with Cholera, who's making his own.
Yep.
He's up with Shanky. You're like one of the top people that we wanted to talk to for this podcast.
Yay! We're how many shows in now, dude? Like 26?
Yeah, well, things happen.
I'm in the top 26 at least.
You're in like the top 3.
Woohoo! Well, I've made a ridiculous number of fan films.
When it comes to, like, we were talking about the top guns, and you're definitely up there. I mean, Chris, he's definitely easily in the top 3, 4.
Yep. And honestly, we've talked about this before.
I never thought it would come to that. It just, I just did it. I was like, this is fun.
I mean, out of respect, I'd say just automatically Glued is number 1. That's just out of respect from me. I don't know if you feel the same, Chris, but...
Say that again?
Don Glued?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he did it in, 63? Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, when
he was an originator.
For, like, starting it out, essentially.
But, when it comes to, like, the modern-day dudes, we got, like, Cora, and we got you, and we got guys like Shunky, and Motor Really comes in, and guys like that. I mean, like, it's definitely it's kind of like, it's definitely an honor, I'd say.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's guys who, like, have talent to do it, and could be doing original stuff and do original stuff, but at the same time, we, like, these are things we loved, and we're nerds, and we've always, like, wanted to make one of these movies, and we're like, well, here's our chance. We have this cheap technology and all this stuff, we might as well do it.
So I was, the lady in Return of the Ghostbusters, the female lead, Ariel, I believe her name is?
Yes.
Is that your girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, I was figuring much, because I won't be a stalker or anything, but I was on the MySpace page, and I was like, let me look up Hank, see what he's up to, and I was like, oh, this Ariel. I was like, oh, that's the girl from Return of the Ghostbusters, and like, sitting with her, and I was like, oh. So,
yeah,
she did a great job.
Yeah.
She looks a lot like, and you probably hear this all the time, but she looks a lot like Annie Potts.
A little bit.
A little bit? You don't think a lot?
Nah.
She kind of looks like Janine.
A little bit, yeah, I guess so. I never really thought about it too much.
Because I was looking at your, kind of like your Janine secretary in the movies, and I was like, I was like, wow, man, like, this chick was a lot like Janine. She was like more so than the girl who's playing her in the film.
Well, the one who plays is just, she's my cousin, and she's done some theater.
Oh, that's your cousin?
And she wanted to be in a movie, and I was like, I got this part, why don't you do this?
He's a good guy.
Yeah, it was all about having fun. We didn't want to take it too serious.
Those are all your peoples, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, everybody in that's a friend.
That's right. Gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? You gotta hold it down in the
go all out, and they hold casting auditions and stuff, but I don't know, it's a
next!
At the end of the day, I auditioned for a few roles in there, but most of them I already had friends that I knew were going to play a certain part.
You, crazy, creepy guy from the neighborhood. You want to be in the movie?
Exactly. Squirrel
guy never leaves his house.
You. Yes, there will be lots of children in this movie.
Return of the Ghostbusters. I had such a high kind of a budget making it. I believe us, the film, the community, the fan film community, the fans, had a lot to do with that, right? As far as donations go.
Yep. Actually, we put out the word on the website and set up a PayPal donation account and took in, I don't know, once we hit about $1,200 or so, I cut it off because I was like, all right, we're getting too much money and it's getting crazy.
We can spend it on bourbon and hookers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we ended up doing, I started it up again to pay for more effects because the guys were just really struggling and I needed to, buy them time off. So, all in all, I think we ended up spending about a